Tonight we are taking a completely different approach and looking at SNDL stock. This is Sundial Growers stock, and this is actually the first cannabis stock which we have looked at on the channel. So yeah, the reason why we're looking at this one is because the stock has absolutely rocketed recently. I do believe that this is due to, in America, potential legalization of the drug, and of course if that does happen, a lot of these companies will be able to potentially sell more products as well. I think people are taking a quick speculative bet, hoping that it does go through, and taking some growth off of that. So we're going to be explaining my strategy and what I would personally do leading up to this, how long I would hold it for, and all of those pieces of good information. So if that sounds like a good video, please do leave a like and subscribe. We are trying to get to that 1,000 subscriber milestone. Actually, what am I on about? We've passed 1,000 subscribers. We're trying to get to that 10,000 subscriber milestone. See, it seems so unreal to me, I even forget it sometimes. So yeah, we're trying to get past 10,000 now. So if you could just do that, it would be massively appreciated. On top of that, feel free to come and join us on our Discord. The link is over in the description, and I would love to see you there. So then, we're going to start off looking at the price patterns for this stock. So actually looking at this from the 6-month chart, we can see the stock has really been dipping from its highs on the year of $1.10. So from that point in early June, we actually have taken a slow and steady decline all the way down to 17 cents. From that 17 cents price point, we saw a huge increase. This took us back up to about 46 cents. From there, it dipped again, though, unfortunately, only a few days later, taking us back down to 28 cents. From that 28 cents point, it actually went up a little bit to 30 over here, and from that point we saw this huge growth. And like I said, the reason why this growth has happened is due to the fact that there has been a catalyst regarding the stock, and a catalyst is just something which speeds up the reaction. I'm sure you guys know that, and in this case the reaction is the fact that the company is growing faster due to potential legalization of the drug. And of course, if that does happen, it means that they could potentially sell more products, look for better revenue figures. And even if this is not, the biggest player out there, because it's really potentially not, and I don't really know too much about this market sector, but even if it is not the biggest player out there, having that legalization all over the United States means more sales for each company. And then I think even at that point, if it does go through as positive, the price will reach a new level where it is comfortable. So yes, at the minute we're looking at 71 cents, but I think, if it does go through and does get legalized, we could be looking at the stock leveling out at about $1.20 in my opinion. And I think that would also have a lot to do with what comes out in their Q4 results, but it will depend on when that bill is passed, of course, if it does even go through in the first place. Because, with this one, I mean, for the long term, it is potentially a good buy with more states legalizing the drug and whatnot. But at the minute, it's going to be a speculative buy, and especially at this price point. But there is still an opportunity to swing trade this one, in my opinion. I would personally still wait for a dip, maybe not too large, because this is one of those things where it's probably going to happen quite quickly, whether it's yes or no. If it's yes, we'll probably see the stock rocket even higher. And if it's no, it'll probably drop even lower, unfortunately, from those highs. But yeah, that is the news regarding the stock. So if we want to have a quick look at some other key pieces of information, hopefully we can get the financials over here from Yahoo Finance. And yes, we can. So we have financials for 2020 and 2019. We can see already revenue figures for this year are higher than what they were in 2019. Our profit figures are significantly profit figures are significantly lower. I was looking at the cost of revenue, which is actually significantly higher. So it costs more to get that revenue there than it did in 2019. In 2019, it cost 36,000. In 2020, it cost 66,000. Gross profit figures, like I was just foreshadowing, they are at 30,000 this year. Previously, they were at 39,000. So we can see small decrease, but of course, with the fact that our Q4 results are not out yet, it would be a bit harsh to judge based on that. Operating expense was 100,000, which is just higher than the previous year at 99,000. The operating income was actually negative at minus 70,000, which is actually slightly lower than the previous year at minus 59,000. So the company has a lower operating income this year, and I'm not too sure why that is. Potentially they're taking out new loans and whatnot for new equipment or something. But it's not necessarily a bad thing to look at these charts and see negative figures. Another thing which is crucial to talk about is our Q3 results. I think that these were reported quite recently, and we were expecting a minus 12% EPS. we actually got a positive EPS at 0.8, and of course that was a positive surprise of 168. We had an expected revenue in Canadian dollars of 22.43 million. This was actually 12.4 million, which was actually quite an underwhelming figure in relation to what was expected. This puts at minus 42.64% for the revenue in 2020 quarter 3. So that's unfortunate. And in quarter 2, we actually saw huge increases in the EPS as well, and revenue figures were slightly better than in quarter 3. So of course quarter 4 is going to be coming out towards the later part of the year, with December coming up quite quickly, and of course I think it is going to be important to look at what these figures are, because these do have the potential to sway this one. So what do I see this being as in the short term? I see it as being a potentially good swing trade. It's probably going to be quite volatile leading up to this potential passing of the law. Leading up to the long term period, do I see it as being a buy? Personally, I do not see this as being a long-term buy, because yes, it's probably a decent company, and if you are willing to take that small increase potentially with that law being passed, it could be worth it. But when we're looking at other companies and competition, there are potentially better options already out there. Of course, it never hurt to shop around or even hold multiple companies in the same, market sector. So yes, this is potentially one to watch for the long term, but I am not buying this one in my opinion. I do see, more profitable and potentially better companies in the same industry, but that's just my opinion. Come and tell us your opinion over on Discord. I will see you over there. See you there. Goodbye.